Great day. My name is John Jackson. Today we'll be going and talking about character and teachability. First, let me define character. Character are the traits that make us the individual who we are. Your values, your morals, ethics. It's the way we go out in society and display our behaviors. Teachability. Teachability is the process of learning. It's how we take the knowledge that is being presented to us and then applying it to lifelong situations. One of my quotes and favorite quotes is, give a man a fish and he feeds himself for a day. Teach a man to fish and he feeds himself for a lifetime. Teachability. Meanings of teachability. Allow yourself to be vulnerable to new concepts. That's allowing yourself to learn different things in different ways, or to learn another way of completing the process. So, for instance, I teach boxing out. I can teach it like this, sit down in your square, or I can teach as a player comes in, forearm to the chest, spin, box out. There are many ways and different concepts that you can go about accomplishing your goal, but allow yourself to emerge in other concepts besides the one that that you're naturally used to. Embrace the teachings of others. Take the knowledge that other people have and incorporate it into what you have in your life, into your game, into your daily activities, into your study habits. This will build and make you a better person and player. Set aside pride and fear. One of the most important things that you have to do as a player or a person in life. Change is the hardest thing for human beings to do. Set aside your fears and immerse yourself into the activity so that you gain a familiarity to it. Now it becomes a routine, and a routine becomes a habit, which a habit becomes a reflex. Be willing to put forth the effort to change. If you don't put in the time or the effort, you will be mediocre or at a standstill. You have to be willing to put in the effort in order to profit or to move on and gain in life. Apply what you learn every day. You should apply the teachings, not only to the basketball court, but in your life. Apply those teachings that will make yourself, your team, the people in your community a better player and a better person in life. Responsibilities of a coach is to teach. If I had to define what a coach is, it's basically a teacher. It's a teacher of a specific activity or art. In this case, I am a teacher of basketball. My job is to teach the fundamentals of the game. That's the basis of dribbling, passing, footwork, jump stop, shooting, the basic fundamentals, the rules of the game, sportsmanship, all the simple things that a player needs to be successful in the sport of basketball. Nurturing character would be number 2. Nurturing character is taking all the character traits of the team, of other players, and put them in a concept for teamwork that will make the team stronger. The third example will be provide examples from a coach's past, player moments, school moments. Not all players learn the same way. Some are by example, some are by motion, some are by can look and see. It's different ways that players learn. So I like to provide different experiences. One of the experiences that I always try to relate to my players is pride, ego. I remember once in a game, I allowed my pride and ego to put the team in a bad situation. A guy on my team pushed my guy down and I jumped up and I hit the guy. We broke into a big altercation. I was eliminated from the game. That put my team in a very dire situation because we were forced to play players who were not equipped or not as skillful as myself. Although we won the game, I did put our team in a very dire situation. Never allow your pride or your ego to circumvent what the team is trying to accomplish. Introduce the game, the history of the game. Players who really want to be involved in something or in things in life, or especially basketball, you should know who the inventor of the game was, who are the founders of the game, who are the backbone, the greatest heroes, the mix of diversity. Who was the first player to be drafted? The more you learn about something, the more passionate you become about something. Responsibility of a player is to be like a sponge. We have a sponge here. Let's imagine this pool is the pool of knowledge. The only way that you can gain this knowledge is to immerse yourself in it. Okay? Here's the sponge, and I mean to immerse. By setting yourself on top, let's see how much knowledge that you can attain. Minimum. This is what a lot of players do. Let's immerse ourselves into the pool. Now, look at all the knowledge one can absorb, one can obtain. So as a player of responsibility, it is your responsibility as a player to ask questions, to absorb the knowledge. There are no dumb questions. The questions that you're thinking about and you're not asking, there are 3 or 4 other players on the team that are constantly doing the same thing. Ask the question to absorb the knowledge. Be honest with yourself. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. Continue to build on your strengths while working extremely hard and diligently on your weaknesses so they no longer become weaknesses, but strengths. Accept failure for the moment. Any new process, you're going to be limited and there's going to be some failure. But as you continue to adapt to this process, it will then become a habit. A habit will then become a process of a reflex. Reflexes are just that. We react to something instantaneously without even thinking about it. That's what we want to have with our fundamentals and our teachings. Do not allow the failure to continue. Do not allow it to define you. If you continue to work hard at it, it is part of the process. You will achieve goodness. Focus on the process in order to obtain the goal. The process is not about basketball, it's about life. You start off as a toddler, infant to toddler, into teenage, into adult, until senior citizen. It's a process of life. Knowledge is a constant process. You will constantly gain knowledge as long as you immerse yourself in it. Allow yourself to be a sponge. Absorb life, absorb the learnings in order to complete the process of life. There's a beauty in the process. Let me share a quote. We delight in the beauty of a butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has to go through to achieve that beauty. Okay. In conclusion, I find that teachability is just as important as talent. One of our textbooks explains the importance of teachability best in seasons of life. Quote, no victory or defeat, no matter how glorious or excruciating for the team, would ever eclipse the only reason he was there. What do points on the scoreboard have to do with the teaching boys of how to be men of substance and impact? Nothing.